by the way. Okay, so the first question is, will the wall be available all the time or will you have to book it as a group? Um, it will be open all the time to the public, so you won't have to book it as a group. It's currently located in the atrium, so this is a big public space right here. Yeah, so anytime you come through during any open hours, you should be able to come and access the wall. So we have a question from Karen, and she's wondering how many screens make up the wall. So we actually have two walls. There's one you see behind me. This is what we call Zone A, and there's another one behind it called Zone B with a smaller screen. On this large screen, we have 18 multi-taction touch screens, which are along the bottom, and those are all touch screens. And then on the top, there's 278 LED screens that make up the entire area up there. And then around on the other side, there's 7 multi-tactions along the bottom part, and there's 26 LED screens up above. So the question is whether or not we can play games remotely with other people who are maybe through an app or something, and they could play with people on the big screen. Currently, we don't have the capability to do that. We we probably may have events in the future where we could do some gaming in house, but currently we have no access to the outside world to play together with. So it's just all in house. Okay, so our next question is, how long did it take for the wall to get all set up and running? And it's been quite a long time. I think the project actually started before I was here. We've been it's been in people have been planning it for about at least 3 years, and the actual construction of the wall just started within the last year. So built the whole thing over the last year, and but it's been people have been planning for a long time before that. And the actual we did build one application in house here, and that took about a year to complete. The next question is, what can people learn from using the wall? And so with the different applications, you can learn different things. Right now, the Dino Zoo is running, and you can learn about different dinosaur facts. And um, yeah, we also have one application that shows the Great Barrier Reef, and it has a whole bunch of things on it that you could learn about the Great Barrier Reef. So it depends on the application. They're all different things. For the water and wind simulator, that's another application where you can learn about buoyancy and different things to do with water currents. Well, not necessarily water currents, air currents, and just how water works. So we just got another question from Karen. She was wondering how many computers it takes to run the wall. And I should have this written down, but I'll just do a quick count. I know that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 computers for this one screen. On the other screen on the other side, there are 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 screen, 4 for the whole computer. Yeah. Um, there's 4 on the other side, and then there's also another one that controls them all together. So in total, I think 12. So the next question is, do the dinosaurs talk back, and have we named any of the dinosaurs? Um, they do talk to us. Normally you'd hear them screeching and making all their noises. Right now we have the volume off just for the Q&A, but they also do have names. We didn't name them, but they did come with names. There are some mini applications on the screens, on the multi-tactions, and when you click on them, you can learn about the different dinosaurs that are displayed, and each of them has a name. I think the Triceratop is named Spike, and I'm not sure what the other names are, but that'll be something to explore. Okay, so we've got another question. This one's from Nancy, and she's wondering what the inspiration behind the wall, or having created the wall, was. And I believe that Pilar took a trip to Australia, and the main inspiration came from the Cube, which is at the Queensland University of Technology, which is a giant screen very similar to this. It's actually where we've gotten most of our applications from, including the dinosaur, or the Dino Zoo application right behind me. And yeah, they've been working on it for quite a number of years, and she saw that, and this is what I've heard, is that she saw that and just thought it was amazing, and thought that it was something that should come home to our library. So the question was, in addition to the dinosaurs, what other kind of activities can be done with the wall? Right now, we've just been using it to create, well, we have giant applications like the ones from QT and this one. That'll be the main focus, is trying to make big educational interactive displays, because it is such a unique thing. We don't want it to just be like, um, the goal was not to have it as a big kind of PowerPoint kind of screen, but more as a big immersive, uh, beautiful experience. So that's the main things. But we also are open to, like, there's going to be different uses for it at events and things, where it could be um, it could be used to display videos or other things. I think there's capability to hook up a gaming system, but we'll see in the future how that goes. And yeah, so I think it's got a lot of different purposes. Our main one being to create big, giant, amazing content on it. So the next question is from Toby, and they are wondering what my favorite dinosaur is on the wall. And I would say, I think since I was a kid, the Triceratop is my favorite. There is a pretty neat one on here though that has kind of like a leopard print. I think it was a creative design that they did over at the Cube. That one's pretty neat too. Okay, so the next one is about COVID, and they're wondering how often the screens will be cleaned. I can't tell you the exact frequency of how often it'll be cleaned, but it'll be, I think, very frequently throughout the day. They're planning to be cleaning it with the disinfectant spray as much as possible. I don't know the intervals exactly, but there's also going to be hand sanitizer set up all like right at all the right around the wall at several stations. So people will put on hand sanitizer before touching the wall, and then they can use it. And then we're asking people to also put on hand sanitizer once they leave the wall. So we just got the question. They said that the skee ball game that we created in house here looks really fun, and thanks. It is a lot of fun. And they were wondering, are we creating anything behind the scenes right now? Right now, we've just been preparing for opening and also a lot of functionality behind the wall for like setting it to start on its own and shut off on its own. A lot of more kind of boring things that have been going on currently, but we have been brainstorming for the next big project. We've been thinking maybe about space, but don't hold my don't hold me to that because it could. We haven't actually started that yet, so nothing in the works quite yet. So they were wondering if I could play any game on the wall, what game would it be? And I would have to say Super Mario Kart would be fun. I think I actually, yeah, I like the older Super Mario Kart, so I think it might be really blown out because it's meant for a lot less pixels, so it might look pretty blocky, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen it on such a big thing before, but I think that'd be pretty fun. We might have to sit really far back and play. Okay, so the next question is, Toby is wondering how the public can see what might be playing if Dino Zoo is currently going to be playing on the day or the virtual reef. And currently, we don't actually have a public calendar that we've released, but we do have a calendar that we are going to be making public pretty soon. So we'll we'll have to get a link for that. And currently, it hasn't been made public, but there will be a calendar that will be accessible to the public to see what applications will be playing on what days. So we asked, what type of live events would would we like to see on the wall? Um, well, I think it would be, I guess actually, like for live events, I think it'd be really neat to just see the applications that are here. I think that they're a nice backdrop to any kind of event. I think that's really neat. But also, like if somebody were to make a specific video or something for an event, I think that works really well too. Just so it's a great space for everybody to be able to see the whole thing. So if people did have something custom or something, I think that would work well, like a video or yeah. But I also think during a live event, just having the applications. We have 1 minute left, so we're gonna have to. I don't know if we have any time for any more questions. Okay, so the last question is for the skee ball carnival game. Is there high scores and can you keep track of it? Yes, there are high scores. Currently, you can't put in your initials or anything, but you can have bragging rights, and it does display it every day what the all-time high score is and what the daily high score is. But I think we're out of time now, so Have a good day. Enjoy the rest of the event.